Rum Baba, have you ever heard of it? It's one of my favorite desserts, mostly because of the rum. It gets close to Christmas and it's all I can think about, rum, rum, rum. I've done this one with some braised cherries and a little bit of acidulated whipped cream. I can't wait to tuck in. So it's like a yeast risen cake, and then it's soaked in rum. It's got lots of delicious stuff. We're gonna serve it with some cream and some rum braised cherries. We're gonna start off with our dough. So it takes 3 tablespoons of warm water. From the tap's fine. You just want it to be like a sort of tepid blood temperature. In goes our yeast. And we're gonna leave that just to sort of start to bloom for about 5 minutes. While we're working on that, we can get our flour all weighed out, and then we're going to zest our orange and lemon in there. Don't go Harry hard out at it. You only want the sort of outside flesh. You don't want any of the white stuff. Awesome. And save that. We're gonna use it for our rum syrup. So our yeast has been sitting for 5 minutes. It's all yeasty and delicious. We've got our flour and our zest here, so we're gonna add that in. Got our sugar and some salt, 3 eggs, and 2 tablespoons of rum. I like a spiced rum. The extra sort of cinnamon notes and all of those delicious flavors are super delicious in a cake. Set it up with your dough hook. Start off slow just to combine it, and then once it's all fully combined, we'll crank the heat up a little bit and we'll start to work it into a nice flexible dough. So what we're looking for is for the dough to all come together, and you want the bowl to be a little bit clean like that. Then we've got our room temperature butter. We're gonna add that, and we're gonna mix that until that's all combined. While that's mixing, we're gonna grease up our molds just so they're ready. We're gonna do mum's trick with the piece of paper off the end. And we're gonna just wipe a healthy amount of butter all around the inside of our molds. If you don't have ramekins, you can use like a muffin tin or something for this. Traditionally, they're a lot smaller, but I want this to be like a real proper size pudding. Okay, cool. So now we've got our dough all sorted. We're gonna lift it up, and it's this real soft, sticky dough, which makes it more cakey and less bready at the end. So scoop that all off your dough hook, and we are gonna wrap that up. And you wanna leave it in a warm place for about an hour until it doubles in size, and then we're gonna portion it up into our molds. So our dough's been sitting now for an hour and it's doubled in size. So we're going to knock it back onto the bench, and we're gonna split it into our molds, and we're gonna let it prove again. A little bit of Billy Bowden. So we want it to half full the mold so that it has room to prove up again, and then when it cooks, it'll get like a nice little muffin top. So we're gonna portion it off. We're gonna roll the top in a little bit of flour, and then we're gonna get it in there to prove. So now they're sitting in there, and we want them to prove up to the top of the rim there. So we're gonna cover them, and we're gonna leave them for probably another 45 minutes or an hour to prove. This is the best bit. We're gonna make a little rum syrup to dip the Rum Baba in. So we're gonna start off with just a little bit of water. Let's say a cup, the good stuff. About a cup and a half of that. Orange juice. You don't need the whole lemon. We're gonna put about 1/3 of a lemon juice in there. Bring that up to the boil, and then we're gonna add some rum and some vanilla. So that's all boiling together now and beautiful and delicious. We're gonna turn that off. We're gonna add some vanilla, like a tablespoon. And the Christmas spirit. Don't be shy with that. We want it to be nice and boozy. Oh, that's so Christmassy to me. Yum. All right, so now we're gonna take some cherries. We're just gonna break them off the pit. We just wanna cook them down in some rum and make like a little, I guess it's a compote, a little jam. So we do wanna cook these cherries down. They're beautiful and fresh, but we wanna get a nice like unctuous compote that's nice and sticky and rich and yum with a little bit more of that rum flavor. So we're gonna start off with, I don't know, like half a cup, just enough to sort of half cover it. And we're gonna put that on a high heat and bring it up to the boil. Just wanna burn off the last of the alcohol. So as you can see, we've got our beautiful Rum Babas here. You don't want them to sweat, so you do want to get them out pretty much straight away. Look at that. All right, so while those are resting there, I'm gonna mix some yogurt with the cream afterwards to give it some acidity to go with the sort of richness of the rum cake, the richness of the cream, and the richness of the cherries and the syrup. So we're gonna whip this to soft peaks. So once we've got those sort of soft, flowy peaks like that, you can add a little bit of yogurt and just mix that to combine to give us a nice sort of acidulated cream. Awesome, and now we can plate up. So you can cook these ahead of time, and then when it comes to the time to serve them up, you just sort of rewarm them up in the oven. You have your rum syrup good to go, all nice and hot and delicious, and then you've got your cream and your cherries good to go as well. We're gonna plate one at a time, and we're gonna dunk it in there. We're gonna swim it around a little bit, and it's gonna soak up all of that delicious rum syrup. And the best bit is actually these crispy bits on the bottom, so I'm actually gonna serve it upside down. Awesome, so we've got this super delicious, soggy looking, beautiful smelling rum cake, and we're gonna load it up with our garnishes. So we're gonna pile on a few of these cherries. Let them fall around the plate a little bit. Put on a couple of tablespoons of the rum syrup. We're gonna put on a great big scoop of our yogurt cream. A couple more cherries in the front there. And we're good to go. I'm a sucker for anything with cream. Oh my God. Oh. Look at the inside, you can see all of that crispy butter edge and all the beautiful cherries and all of that yum stuff. So yum.